back to my daily tutorials. Remember the daily? So to see more, click subscribe and click the little bell button next to it to get notified when I put a new video up. This one is how to draw Medusa. It's a really fun one, it's full on, so enjoy. Right people, how to draw Medusa. Now this is going to be in a really cool neo-traditional style. So as usual, I'm going to start off with a circle. It's going to be like the upper part of the heads, and from this we can create a jaw. Now she's going to be facing forward, so it's going to be quite a symmetric design. So I'm going to bring the jawline now, so it's two curved lines coming down, roughly about half the size of the circle downwards to the jaw. Now I'm going to put a line down the centre, and I'm going to divide this into sections. So a line across the centre, a line across the quarters, and then another line halfway between that bottom quarter. I'm going to bring two curved lines here from the centre line upwards. It's going to give me an idea of where the side parts of the head is. And from here, the middle line I'm going to divide into 5 equal sections. It's going to give me the section for the nose, the eyes and side of the head. So from here I'm going to draw 2 lines coming down to the next line. Now it's going to give me an idea of where I want to put the nose. So from here I'm going to start with the eye. So I'm bringing a nice curved line coming outwards and curving out past that second line to make like an eyelash. And I want it above that line as it finishes. This line I want to curve down and go a little bit below that line and finish it above the line where the arrows are pointing. Here I want to bring up an upper eyelid, so this is going to curve around the eye. Now this one's going to be quite risen towards the inside part, but it can be nice and curved if you want all the way across. The nose, I'm going to bring up 3 circles, a fair sized one and 2 smaller ones. It's going to give me the idea for the main part of the nose and the 2 nostrils. I'm going to bring up a curved line here, coming up to the centre line and curving around to create a bridge, and 2 curved lines coming off of that to give me the idea of where I want to put the eyebrows. I'm going to start putting some detailing on the nose, so I'm bringing a curved line around those circles to create the nostrils, and then curving around just to finish off the nostrils. So you can see that's the sort of nose shape, just following around those circles gives you that detail. Now it's done a little line just mimicking across the middle part of the nose, and that's giving me an idea where I want to put a shadow on the nose downwards. Now here I'm going to bring in the eyebrows. Now these are curving off of those curved lines we've done, going just past the eye. So if you curve off the eyelash, that's kind of where you want the eyebrow to end. A few little detailed lines just inside the eyebrow now. Real simple, just like that. And now I want to start going to the mouth. So I'm going to do another line through those 2 lines to give me an idea where I want to put the mouth. And I'm going to bring 2 lines coming down from the inner part of the eye now, coming down. And it's going to give me an idea of where I want the width of the mouth to go. So I'm going to make a curved line across, creating just a little dip in the centre part for the mouth, like so. Now where the large circle is and where that next line is going to be where the upper lip and lower lip ends. So I'm going to bring curved lines up with a little V shape in the centre part to create the upper lip, and come down and fairly straight across to create that bottom lip. So you see, it's just a really easy way of mapping it out. Now she's going to have like a lizard tongue, so a simple curve down on both sides, curving back up. So you see, all those facial details are starting to build up now, and that sort of facial structure is all starting to come together. So I'm putting some little details just underneath the eyelids now. So just under the bottom bit, 2 curved lines and a little circle in the upper eyelid to create a highlight. So we're sort of picking out the sections of the face that are going to be shaded in. So curved lines coming down from the side of the eye, around the sort of cheekbone bit and curving down the bottom. Those areas are going to be shaded in when we do the face. And just here, a circle around the chin and around the side parts of the mouth. It's all the areas you're going to have highlights and shadows. Now for the cheeks, it's Medusa, so I want to have like a snake skin effect. So I want these semicircles, and then semicircles curving into the centre of those, curving down off the cheeks. And now I'm just going to erase those lines that we don't need. So the ones we don't need now, I'm just getting rid of. Now I'm going to go onto the forehead now. I'm going to start off with like a similar, well, like a headdress kind of pattern. So I've got this jewel in the centre with curved lines above it. And I'm going to have curved lines now coming across from the side of the head all the way around. It's just going to give me a really good base to start bringing those snakes off. Another line above and a little V shape just below. And there's some little circles just above for detailing. So you see, that's kind of like the headdress, and the snakes are going to kind of come off the top of that. So here I put a little line just around the eyes and just create the neck. So the neck's going to curve down from where the jawline kind of sort of bends. You know, you don't want it too wide, you know, and you don't want it too thin. And now she's a snake, so I want the centre part of her neck to look like a snake's belly. So I'm going to have these curves come down to a point, and then repeating this curve, going down and down and down to the bottom of the neck. You know, if she was just a normal human being, I wouldn't have this, but she's not a normal human being. This is Medusa. You know, she is really cool. Now the side part of the neck, I'm going to have like a scale effect, similar to the cheeks, but you're not going to see all the semicircle because there's not enough space. So you kind of have this all like curved zigzag coming down from it, just like that. Now to bring in the shoulders and like a bit of kind of like clothing on the front, I'm going to have this kind of V shape coming down. We're going to put some nice kind of pattern work, and it just kind of like finishes off the neck. Now I'm going to start going on to the snake. So the snakes are going to come down in nice kind of long curved shapes. I'm going to do the bodies first and do the heads afterwards. You know, because if you do the heads first, you're kind of locked in where you want them. Now I'm going to keep bringing them across. So I'm going to come across, stop here, and you can see it kind of overlaps, so you can see where the body kind of goes. You know, nice kind of curves coming out. And I'm going to keep building these up until I kind of fill the space that I want. So I've got these three going up like this. And I'm kind of looking at it and I'm thinking maybe there's a bit of negative space. So I'm going to fill in this middle space just here. And now for the center one, I'm going to have more kind of like a sort of cobra kind of sort of body. So it's going to be like a wide around the top part of the head. You know, I'd like to make this one a little bit different to the rest. You know, I kind of like consider this one like the alpha snake. And I'm going to do these oval shapes for the heads on all of these. And I'm going to do a curved line coming through each one of those ovals to kind of tell me where I want the jaw and where I want the eye to sit. Just like this. So you can see the whole structure is really starting to come together now. So I'm going to start off with the bottom head. So quite near the front of the face, I want to do a circle for the eye on that line. And then going just beneath that, I'm going to bring this curved kind of shape, come round, almost like circles, getting larger and larger towards the back to create an upper jawline. And then I'm going to go from the back of that, create a curved line coming down, and I'm going to create the lower jawline. And a similar kind of pattern, so this repeat inside a curve coming back. And then I'm going to do this little sausage shape at the front, just to kind of show off the front of the jaw. Just like I did on the upper part, it just creates a centre front piece. And off this, I'm going to do some teeth. Now the teeth are just two simple curves coming off and coming back. And you've got this little detail on the inside gum part of the mouth. Now at the top of the head, I'm going to have this oval shape coming to a point as it goes back. And then off of that point, I'm going to bring a little line back and curve this all the way around, connecting back onto the eye. So it creates this corner, it creates this really nice kind of eye effect on the back, the way it connects. And the back part of the head there is just going to be like a similar curve. Now the body, to get an idea of where I want to put the belly, I'm going to have a circular motion going the whole way through the body. So repeating circles, connecting off the edge of each one of those evenly. And I'm going to draw a few lines here, just sort of where I want the body line to go. And then what I'm going to do on each one of those circles now, I'm going to draw over those up to that line. And that's going to give me the body, just like that. It's a really simple way of getting the body exactly how you want it. You know, if you struggle getting even body sort of, you know, sort of like distances, best way to do it. After you've done that, just remove the circles. I'm going to go on to the second head now. So similar to the other one, the exact same structure, except for the lower jaw on this one. So the mouth's going to be closed on this, so two set of circular bits going back to back, to create the upper and lower jaw. The head shape's going to be the same, so we're going to do this oval shape, a little line coming off and then curving back around and connecting onto the eye. You know, creating a really nice back of the eye part. And this one's going to have his tongue out his mouth, so two long lines coming out like so. The body I'll build up the exact same way. So I literally done the circles and I plot the body in the exact same way. Do that for each one of the snakes. So the next snake, same principle. Circles on the eyes, circles on the lines to create the eyes. And yeah, we're going to create a jawline, so I'm going to go for the upper jaw first. This circular pattern coming all the way back, getting larger as we go backwards. And then the lower jaw, we're going to have curving off, a bit lower, similar to the bottom head this time. But it's a bit more curved because the angle of the head's a bit different this time. So the jaw's going to come back with that circular motion. And then that little stringy bit inside the mouth to kind of give that inner part of the gum, like the elastic bit. And top of the head, same thing. So we're going to start off with the oval, and then we're going to bring the line coming back, curving all the way around back to the eye, and then a little shape just at the back to finish off the head. Now you can see here, I've plotted in the teeth, and this one's going to have his tongue out as well. So I'm going to have like two squiggly lines coming out to make his mouth, or to make his tongue rather, not the mouth. The tongue that goes in the mouth. Yeah. Sorry, I'm talking to myself here. No. Supposed to talk to you, but I'm talking to a screen. Right. Put the eye in. Bring your eyes. Bring the mouth shape back so the curved line's all the way backwards. Very similar to the second head we've done. Curve at the top. Line coming back. Curving back round to the eye. Like so. And then the body shapes do the exact same. So just bring those curves all the way around. This belly's going to be a bit more on show, this one, because I want a bit more belly. So as it sort of turns around, I'm going to curve that shape, and I'm going to bring it right down the front. So you're going to see in a second as it comes up. Da, 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 da. There you go. So yeah, you can see there's much more belly on show this time. I like to have, a fair bit of belly on show on at least one of them, at one of the angles. Snake's bellies look really cool. Now onto the alpha one in the middle. So we're going to bring a curved line around the top, curving down to create the upper part of the head, and 2 circles on either side for the eyes. Now the mouth line is going to be a long sort of sausage shape in the middle, followed by little circulars coming around, curving back onto that line. And we're going to bring this sort of curved V shape down now to create like the mouth. 2 curved lines to create that sort of like elastic gum shape we had on the other ones. The teeth are going to fit inside it now, so get the spikes inside, and a little bit of detailing like I just done there on top of the heads. Now the belly is going to be like repeating sort of like curve shapes coming down the body, and the tongue, I'm going to mimic her tongue on this one. So the same sort of structure, so that side down, outward curve. So there you have it. That's the sort of structure of the Medusa heads. So you can see in the background, I've sort of got a few extra sort of like little body parts I'm putting in here, just to kind of bulk out that bit, because I want it to kind of feel like it's a head's worth of hair. So now we've got this done, I'm going to go into that lower part now. So you can see I'll create this little jewel shape just at the bottom. And I've got these ovals now coming across that top part all the way across. Now this oval pattern is really good, especially in neo-trad style. It's a very common sort of pattern, and it's really good for filling in spaces. Now I've got some lines just below it to kind of create sort of 2 sort of streaks and a larger streak through the middle. And now while you got this, I'm going to start thinking about the background now. So I'm going to put in this big box around the outside, where I want the background to be. And I'm going to in my head sort of think, what do I want to put here? So I'm going to start off with some squiggly lines. And I want it a bit Art Deco-y, a bit sort of avant-garde. So I'm going to bring in these curves all the way around. Now play around with it however you want. I'm going to build off of this. So I'm going to do some straight lines and like random sections that I like to kind of build up a sort of like a fun looking shape to the back. And now I'm going to add this sort of suns in the background. So just behind I've got these 2 circular shapes. And coming off to around the edge of that, I'm going to have these repeating curve shapes to create the ends to the sun. Like so, that should pop up in 2 seconds. There we go. So yeah, you got that sort of shape now. And you can see I started to sketch around the curve pattern now, because I basically want to bulk these out, into 2 lines like so. So you basically just bulk out the shapes, and every time they connect, just erase the inside parts, so it all fits as one big piece. And now we've got that, I think it's time to hit with some line work. So I'm going to use a few different line weights for this. Okay, I don't want it all to be the same line weight. So I'm going to hit here. You can pause it now if you want. I've done all this in a big bold liner. And that's important because these ones are the bold lines, and the other ones are going to be done in a much thinner liner. And I think it's really important to have different widths. If you don't, it's just not going to have the same kind of effect. So as you can see here in a sec, you're going to get all these thin lines in, like so. And once you've got this, I can now erase all the old pencil work rather. So now that's all gone, I'm going to start working on the snake's bodies. So imagine like a line coming down the centre part of the back. I've got these big long oval kind of like wonky shapes, curved lines around it, and little sort of circular shapes in between the gaps. I'm going to do this for each one of those snakes. You can play around with different kind of patterns. This is a really simple one that I really like. And now on to shading. So I'm going to start with a headdress. I want it to look metallic, so I've got black down the centre and coming down on a vertical strip through the top bits. The eyebrows, I'm going to have black on the centre fading outwards, and then black on the outside fading inwards again. Now here I'm going to go very dark around the eyes. So on that inside part, I'm going to go very dark, and around those upper eyelids, I'm going to do a little fade out all the way to the end. Now I'm going to blacken those dots on the snake, and I'm going to put a little shade inside the upper lip, a little bit fade out from the bottom lip, and a little bit just on that gap underneath the nose and the bottom part of the nose. And now coming into the background parts, like here on the snakes that sit in the background bit, I'm going to put some shades in the corners and around the edges to really give a sense of what's in front and what's behind. Also here, just around the edge of it, just to kind of give a sense of the curvature of a snake. So around the back, just fading inwards a little bit. Now here you've got the background pieces. Now these ones sit in the background, so I'm making them a little bit darker to give that sense that I want them a bit further back. You know, I want the other ones to be a bit more dominating. So the top snake, I've got a little bit of shade just coming underneath the head, fading back, and just a little bit around the body, not too much. The upper snake, you've got black coming around from those top parts underneath the curves, and a little bit from the bottom fading up and black inside the mouth. A little bit of background here now. So I'm basically going to be a bit of black behind that sunsets we done, and just fading up from the corners. I'm going to build this up little bit by little bit, you know, just trying to work out where I want all them sort of dark and lights, you know, because it's very important not to have too much dark and not too much light. So I put a little bit of shade just on the neck there. So coming down from the neck and upwards, on the outside parts of those ovals on the lower part of the neck, I coloured those in, a little bit of black fade from the outside. So I've done a bit inside the face here now as well. So I've done a little bit just underneath the chin, a little bit just above the, underneath the headdress, on top of the forehead, just fading down. Again here, just a little bit like the bottom, fading around. And I'm now going to do those sort of cheekbone shapes. So coming in from those cheekbone areas, I'm going to fade down, and just a little hint just around the edge of the nose to begin with. I'm going to build on this, but to start with, just a little bit of shade just on those lines. Bit of black in the background here, so the top part I want black and a fade out like so. A little bit of shading here just inside the snake's heads. So where you have those two sections in the mid part, a bit of black fading out from those. And I'm going to do black on the front part of the eyes, so just where the eye bit goes around the front, pure black in there. Just builds up a really nice structure to it. So again, just throwing a bit more black in the background, so I'm picking out a few sections like the triangle bits, just working out where it might be nice. And now here I'm putting a bit more in the face, so on those scale parts I'm putting a little bit of shade just coming in from the cheekbone bits, and a little highlight on the edge of each one of those scales. Like I said I was going to do, just here around the bridge of the nose. Now just coming around the eye, I've got a little nice highlight just curving off the part there, and a little nice highlight just coming off the nostril, so a bit of shade above it. Now we're going to hit with some colour. So she's a snake, so I want to have some green in there definitely. So green in that neck part, and around the forehead and around the cheeks, you know, not the front part of the face though. Her neck I want a lovely golden tone, so I'm going to start off with this golden tone, and I'm going to put a light strip down the middle and two bits of brown just come down the side to give a bit of sense of 3D-ness to it. Just like that. So I'm going to throw in some more gold tones here. So remember, you know, you want three different sort of like, you know, gradients. So I'm going to have a light, medium, and a dark. So you've got that nice golden tone, the light gold, and the dark. Similar to the flesh tone here. So I'm going to have a light flesh tone to begin with, leaving a few little areas like around the nose and just a little bit on the chin where I want lighter. And then I'm going to build up a darker shade, just coming off of all those parts we put the shadows on. So like around the inside part of the nose, around the eyes, around the chin. So you have white, light flesh tone, dark flesh tones. That's three gradients. A little bit of a red highlight just here around the eyes. You know, just very softly building it up underneath and above the eye. A little bit of red in the tongue, and the lips I want a nice purplish, so a nice kind of sort of like, you know, lilac colour. Now the eyes I want to be nice and golden, so I'm going to have them in gold and that little highlight just in the middle of them. You know, it's up to you if you want to put pupils in there. I prefer not to have pupils, especially on Medusa. Now I'm going to chuck in some reds in the oval shapes and a little bit in the headdress, just to kind of contrast it up. You know, I love red against the green. The sun's in the background, I'm going to have yellow, and I'm going to have quite a bit of sort of this golden tone throughout it. You know, I want it to kind of feel nice and rich in this golden tone. So I'm going to have this through the pattern work in the background as well. So you can see I put a bit of shade on the suns there, so a little bit of light coming down and a bit of dark in the background spikes. So you've got gold tones through here and inside the mouth of all the snakes as well. So the jaw lines are all in gold. I'm going to throw in a bit of reds and a bit of blue in the background here. So reds on those outside sections, leave a couple empty, you know, that are white, and this faint bit of blue just fading out. I don't want it too strong a blue, like quite a muted blue fading outwards. And you can see it's really come together now. And I love when it starts getting to this stage. Now the snake bodies, we're going to have green. And again, I'm going to have three gradients. So this is my mid-tone. And I'm going to have a highlight coming down the centre bit and a bit of a dark tone around the edges. You know, again, it just kind of gives that little sense of 3D-ness, that curvature to it. Just like so. Now the bodies, the bellies, I want to be red. You know, because I want to carry these kind of primary colours through it as well. You know, I know I've got the green in there, but I want the primary colours to really kind of speak with each other. And once we've got that, a little bit of green inside those inside head bits as well. And then we're going to have blue on those other sections. And then I'm going to put a little bit of dark blue just on the outside edge of those, just coming in to finish it off. And there we have it, people. That's how you draw Medusa in a Headdress style. You know, I love this design. I love her character in that, but it's sort of like, you know, the principles of this design can be used for other stuff as well. Take the scales out and you can have like a sort of Egyptian one. You can change this up, you know, using the principles of this into a lot of other different images. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I hope you like it. You know, once you've sort of done it, be sure to tag me in what you do. I love seeing what you guys do in my work. So yeah, check out my daily tutorials. Comment, like, subscribe, people. I am The Broken Puppet, and I'll see you next time. Peace!